Carlos, you may begin the meeting.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. We have a very full agenda, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And we'll start with the approval of the minutes from our last meeting in August. It was included in pages 25 and 29 of your packet. So if I can have a motion to accept and a second, please, or make a motion to accept the minutes and a second. Yes.
So moved.
Jay Wagner.
Okay.
Second, LaTanya Bailey.
Thank you so much. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much. Just a reminder that we are not going to have an October board meeting. We do have still in the works the annual meeting November 4th. So there will not be one in October, but mark your calendars for November 4th when we're going to have the annual meeting. But before we get into the meat of our agenda, I do want to draw your attention to a High Point Enterprise article, which is on page 13 and 14 of your packet, as well as an email blast from Business North Carolina that went out statewide announcing Lauren Hill's retirement, which, Lauren, I think the way you phrase it is not so much a retirement, but a redirection of your energies. So would you like to say a few words about that?
Enough has been said. Everyone's tired of hearing the media and social media and other things. So no, I don't need to say another thing.
Very good, very good. Well, I know that we'll be in good hands with the staff that's there. I mean, they're going to continue to carry things forward. So congratulations, Lauren.
And you still got me for 4 months.
Oh, exactly. That's right. Here I am saying goodbye to you. The body's not even cold yet. So anyway, as you know, we have a practice, a very good practice of featuring a company in the area at every meeting, and this being virtual hasn't really changed that. So today, we're very proud to have with us Drake's Fresh Pasta Company, a local company here who you see on pages 3 and 5, they have a real excellent write-up. I really enjoyed reading the story of the company, how they came about, and from very, very humble beginnings to where they are today. So what we're going to do is we're going to show a video featuring the company, and then we're going to turn it over to the president, Rick Drake, who's going to say a few words about the company as well. So are we ready with the video?
Well, we're not sure. Ryan will let us know. We had some technical difficulties. Let's see what he now is able to do.
I will say that while we're waiting, that I was fascinated by the fact that they started with I guess a pasta making machine is what I read. And I guess it warmed my heart to know that that they were able to use a gift that typically ends up being in a yard sale, or at least in my case. I think that we actually re-gifted ours when we got married. So it's heartening to know that they put it to good use.
Unfortunately, I do not have the link working.
So we'll have to go without it. So Rick, if you will, introduce your team and yourself, and tell us what we would have seen in the video in addition to everything else about your company that it'd be good for us to know.
Sure. So we started in business in 1985. First of all, can you hear me okay?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And we actually started in our home, almost like a hobby. I was a CPA and my wife was in banking, and everybody really thought that we had a business model, a game plan for our business because of our backgrounds, and we really didn't. We really didn't actually even know what we were doing, to be honest with you. But we also had 2 kids and we didn't know anything about that either, so that kind of worked out. But you know, it was really an excitement, a passion for the product, an interest in creativity. It was just a lot more things that was from our gut than really from prior education or anything like that. And we started just making noodle products, you know, fettuccine, linguine, angel hair, things like that. So fast forward, where are we today? Today we moved the business out of our house. We were only in there for a very short period of time, less than a year. And then we moved on to Main Street across from Huffman Paint, in a small retail store there. And we were there for only about a year. And then we went over to McWay Drive off of Baker Road, which is where we were for quite a while. Then we transitioned over to Southwest Street. We've been here. We're in a little over 40-some thousand square feet with warehouse, cooler storage, production room, offices. This is a great building, a great industrial park. And we gutted the building and totally renovated it. And we've since done a major addition to it. Unfortunately, that major addition, which was for some new products, just stopped in its tracks with COVID. When COVID happened, we were getting orders canceled left and right, mostly food service products. And Simone will go into some of that, what our dispersion of our products, is. But we are heavy into food service, and we're also into retail, and we have food service products that go into retail, like in the deli areas, grab and go meals, that type of thing, and she'll get into that. So right now I would say over the last 10 years, we've had 10 to 15% growth rate minimum. The growth has been great. We were up to about 60 employees prior to COVID. We had 2 small layoffs. We have retained all of our key people, and we have some people that have been here for 20, 25 years. We have kept all of our supervisors. We've done no pay cuts. Our business is coming back, and we haven't lost any customers. That's the main thing. We're just suffering the downturn that they're suffering with the restaurants closed and that type of thing. That being said, we had some scary weeks when COVID first started of 2 to 3 day work weeks, and that was very concerning. We got back to 4 days a week. We run 2 shifts, and now we're just starting back to 5 days a week. So it is coming back. We sell to the who's who in the food service industry. We sell to Kroger, Harris Teeter, Costco, Whole Foods. I'll mention the fresh market. Mention something about Whole Foods. We've been selling to Whole Foods divisionally. They're set up into 8 different divisions, and we sell each one of the divisions is allowed to source their own products. So we sell different types of products, either for their hot bars, grab and go meals in the deli, a lot of different options that go there. They decided they were going to start doing corporate global bids on products. Well, that made us a little nervous because we were selling half of the divisions a very upscale mac and cheese that's used on the hot bars. So when we heard that, we thought, well, that came right when COVID came. So we thought, well, we could gain business, but we could also lose what we have, which was significant with them on that one item. As it turned out, it was a 3-month-long project, and we were competing with 12, 15 other companies around the United States. We ended up getting the global bid. It's around 6 million pounds of product a year, and it's going to keep people employed. Actually, we'll be adding, and it's all kicking in around October is when we've already got the first POs in for it. So that's a nice shot in the arm and something that's really good for all the employees. I wanted to say something about the complexity of our company. There's so many things that we could talk about. I think next to the hospital, we're probably one of the most complex companies that is in town due to regulation, the sophistication of our equipment. It comes from Italy, Germany. Some of it's US made, but it's complicated equipment, requires a lot of expertise for setup and operator training and knowledge. but we're under FDA regulation. We're under U.S. Department of Agricultural regulation. They actually have a USDA inspector that has a desk here. He's here every day on site. We are under a global food certification program, which is pretty much the highest in the industry, called SQF, Safe Quality Food Institute. That's required by some of the larger retailers like Kroger and Whole Foods that we sell to, that you have this global certification program. It requires internal controls, policies, and programs that are just unbelievable. This, if you can see this, can you see this book? This is our food safety manual with our internal controls. And I'm just going to read a couple of the topics that we have to have in place here and have all of our employees trained on. Document control, record control, design and development of products, contract services, verification, validation of procedures, corrective action, control of rework, product release, product sampling and inspection, internal audits, traceability, product recall, secure site. It goes on and on. We have a food fraud and defense program, allergen control, waste control, foreign body detection. We use X-ray detection on our products, monitoring of water microbiology and quality, human resources and training, protective clothing, personal hygiene, waste disposal, first aid, safety. It goes on and on. This is something that keeps me totally occupied. I run the food safety program, and it's kind of filtered out among the management team. So everybody's trained in different things. We also have local inspections with OSHA. Mr. Henshaw with the fire department comes down here at least a couple times a year to make sure we're not going to blow the street up with some of our cooking equipment. And then we have the City of High Point Inspections Department anytime we do an addition or something like that. I will say we've had our fair share of issues with the inspection department, being in business with 35 years in High Point. Many of you probably know of some of the concerns that businesses have had with the inspections department. And you've got Reggie Hucks down there running it now, and he is the guy to fix it. I have met him. He's been out to our plant to solve some issues out here with our latest project and our addition. And he was very prompt to solve everything, get it done. And he was very business friendly, and it was very refreshing to see him heading up the inspections department. So that's a big plus for that. I'm going to pass this on now to our Vice President of Manufacturing, Nathan Broadus, and he's going to introduce himself and say a few things about our company.
Good afternoon, everybody. Everybody doing well? Good, good. So I came on board in 1995, so I've been with the company 25 years. Just a very young man out of college, newly married, was given the opportunity, started making tortellini. So that's how my venture started with Drake's Pasta. Did that for several years and looked at different opportunities within the company. Took really a lot of pride in what Rick and Simone Drake took pride in. We worked well together. We developed a great relationship. One of the great pleasures of being a part of this is it is a family-owned business. With that, though, we have this unique ability to serve big companies. Some of the retailers that Rick mentioned, we were able to serve them, but yet we try our very best to maintain a family atmosphere. And the bigger we get, the harder that is. But it's a great challenge and something that we love to do as far as building great relationships with our employees. But back to where I fit into the picture. So right around 2000, the year 2000, I was given the opportunity to start taking a little bit more of a leadership role. For the next 10 years, I worked directly on the floor, learning all of the equipment. There's not a piece of equipment in here I haven't literally worked on and ran and operated myself. So again, just learning the ins and outs of the business. As Rick explained, our business is very complex. Every time we get an ingredient in, our business can change. Moisture levels change, just product qualities change. So we really have to be in a business of being able to adjust and try to maintain top quality. I think in the paperwork Simone sent you, one of the things it referred to was the quality and trying to be consistent and never compromising on quality, I think is the terminology that was used. Never compromising. And, you know, we were just having a meeting with our leaders this week, and that was one of the very things we were talking about, was the fact that we never want to compromise our quality. So again, we just have this awesome responsibility to our customers and being able to service what their needs are and react to them quickly. We're one of probably the few companies that can, you know, you can call us, we'll pick up the phone and we'll respond immediately to you. There's not a lot of red tape to go through. We're very reactionary to our customers. I think that's one of the reasons that we're so successful, is our customers know they can call us and we can help them fix problems. So again, I've been with the company 25 years, love the owners, love their family, love what we do here. It's good to be able to get up, come to work, and just be passionate about what you do, and build relationships with people. And again, I don't know that I could work somewhere where you're not trying to at least achieve perfection every day. Do we make it? Probably not, but our goal is to achieve it. And again, it's just a great place to work. That's pretty much all I wanted to share.
Well, that's great.
All right. I believe Christina is going to be speaking next. Are you guys still there?
Yes.
Okay, the screen went blank on our side. That's what I was asking. So
We're still seeing you.
Yeah, it's all good. Go ahead.
there, okay, you're good. Good. All right, so Christina's going to speak next. She came on board 4 years ago. Is that right? And she does an awesome job. We work very closely together. She helps me in so many ways. She helps me process orders. She'll go through all that with you. But she's been a tremendous asset to our company. Okay? Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Christina, and I oversee all of our accounting and finance here. Before here, I was in public accounting and I was doing auditing, so that's really helped me in my role here. I see some hands. So I really enjoyed that experience. I'm just going to say two things because I don't really want to be redundant. The first thing that I think kind of makes us unique is we're very customer service oriented, and the way that comes into the financial piece of things is when we're looking at cost going up and down. You know, we purchase milk, eggs, flour. We have all the ingredients that constantly fluctuate in the market. So we have to ask ourselves, you know, are we going to push that out on the customer, or are we going to absorb that cost ourselves and find a way to still make a profit? So in the financial world, we are constantly talking about that, and we love our customers. We really are advocates for them. So we don't want to do price increases. We try to avoid them at all costs. And I think we've done a really good job of that. We have some customers that haven't gotten a price increase in 4 to 5 years. And we look for other ways to become efficient with internal processes, or maybe it's changing suppliers if there's a continuous increase with them. So I pride ourselves on that. I think we do a really good job. Our customers really appreciate that as well. The other thing is the cash flow side of things. I manage our cash flow. With any business, you have to have positive cash flow. One thing that I've noticed over the past 2 years that's becoming a continual struggle, challenge, I would say, is working with food service distributors. They're constantly, especially some of the bigger companies that have more buying power and stuff like that, they are constantly trying to find ways to take deductions off of your check. So they'll have these unauthorized deductions that take, sometimes it's $50 or $100, but sometimes it can get up to $5,000, $10,000. And if you're looking at your financial statements at the end of the year, it's going to end up being a material amount on your financial statements. So I have spent a lot of my time tracking these people down, and I live in the world of portals now because all they want you to do is submit a claim and talk to this automated system, and it's a very tedious process, but I have seen a lot of results in our cash flow with actually going through those processes and managing that system. So that's just something that's kind of changed over the past 2 years. So I thought I'd mention that, but I love what I do. I love our family. I believe everything that we make here is absolutely delicious. So if you haven't tried it, I definitely encourage you to try it. But that's really my role here. So.
Everybody's going to go out and buy your product just as soon as they can.
Oh, they better.
This is when we need the taste test, Lauren.
That's right. It's a shame we're not in person today. That's right.
Okay, Christina did not mention she went to High Point University, got a BS accounting degree, and then she went to North Carolina State where she got a master's degree in accounting before she went into public accounting. Sarah Drake Howell is going to be next and give a brief introduction. She is not in the office. She's at home working. So I'll let her go.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I as well went to High Point University, graduated in 2012 with my degree in human relations with a minor in business. From there, I actually worked at High Point University for a little while in the event planning department and got a lot of experience. Helped me learn a lot, grow a lot. I was very grateful for the opportunity right out of school to have a job. Then I came into the family business, and I do a lot of different things. My title is manager of business operations, but I handle a lot of customer issues, whether they are, complaints, praises. I handle a lot of sample requests. I handle a lot of setup information for new customers, doing product spec sheets, labels. I write pretty much all of our policies for employees. So I do a lot of things around the office that just need to be done on a day-to-day basis. I'm partly involved in hiring, so I try to help out with sourcing good candidates, setting up interviews, just really trying to find some good people to bring onto our team. We have such a diverse group of employees that we really try hard to find people that are going to fit in, see our vision, see our goals, become a part of the family that we, have our culture as right now. So finding those good people has actually been kind of a challenge the past couple of years. Just with, the economy doing well, there was a shortage of employees, looking for work. And then obviously with COVID and that whole deal, it has been just a challenge to find just people that want to work and want to come in and be a part of our business. And so that's been a big struggle the past, I would probably say, years, and especially the last 6 months with COVID. But I have been at the company now 8 years and love everything that we do. I fully think that we have a passion. All of us really, see what we're doing for the greater, company vision, and we just work hard and come together. And I think that we all have such individual roles that we work well together, and we all bring something different to the table. But we are a family business, and it's fun to work with your family. You know, my sister's there, my parents are there, so that's a really neat experience. Not everybody gets to work with, you know, the people that they hold, you know, near and dear to their heart. So it's been a blessing in my life to have been able to work and, you know, have my dad as my mentor. That's just been a great opportunity, and I try and soak it up as much as I can. So that's kind of what I do and who I am. So I'll turn it back over to Rick.
So I'm going to introduce my partner in crime, my wife, Simone. If you can believe it, since 1985, since we started this business, we have barely had a crossword about business. It's just been amazing how we get along in the business world. Now, when it comes to the thermostat in the bedroom, I'm not going to go there, okay? That's a whole different story. But all in all, we have worked very well together. We're kind of in two different areas, but she got her start in banking. I noticed Bill McGuinn's up there. Bill hired her. Bill, it was her first job. So that goes back a long way. Not to say that you're getting old, Bill. Don't worry about that.
Well, she was wonderful too, Rick. Real credit.
Thank you. So here's Simone.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having us today. We're really appreciative of it. I was born and raised in High Point, married Rick, the Jersey boy, who went to High Point College as well. And as I think you can already tell, our personalities are different. We blended our personalities and our talents to create Drake's. And as other people have mentioned, there are three arms to our company. The food service side, which is restaurant, which is down 79% right now. And you have the deli hot bar side, which is another huge percentage of our business. And then we have the retail Parla brand, which is a teeny little piece, but it's growing. And we have the fan club of Parla that is just wonderful. How do we compete in retail? It's really tough. Our competitors are Nestle and Stouffer's and Amy's and Bird's Eye. And we're competing for shelf space at $30,000 to $50,000 per SKU. So we have to stand out differently. What makes us different? Quality and consistency, which other people have mentioned. They do not have people saying that there are no product returns. Sometimes they call out the fact that we're local. Even if we're Southeast local, they like to say that. I love it when our consumers call us. I will pick up the phone and talk with our consumers all the time. Sometimes it's, where can I find this product? Sometimes it's praises of how great it is and don't go away. What can we do to keep you on the shelf? And I said, buy us. Tell your local store how much you appreciate the brand. It's just difficult to be a family, local, small business compared to these big companies with deep, deep pockets. We offer meal solutions. We offer products that taste good. And that's what keeps our customers coming back over and over. We offer components, which I call ravioli, manicotti, tortellini, and then we also offer meal options. The components, we're hearing people like to take it home, cook it, and it becomes real. It becomes something that they are passionate about because they participated in the meal. Now, sometimes we're all busy working. We need something in the freezer that we can just pull out and bake a lasagna or bake a manicotti meal. And the frozen entrees are nutritious and easy. And when we freeze things, we freeze them right off the line, so we lock the goodness in. Everything is just as fresh as it can be. I was in a web podcast last week, and it was talking about food trends. And this I found very interesting. 51% of us make our dinner decisions 1 hour before dinner. 80% of the food right now is being eaten at home, obviously because of COVID. But we're changing how we shop. 19% of food is purchased online, and the forecasters are predicting that will not change. So we all need to keep that in the back of our mind, that online shopping is not going away. Interestingly, the newest segment of that online shopping are the baby boomers. We've learned how to do it, and we feel safer ordering our food online because we don't want to go into the store, and we're getting all the products that we like and that we need. Now, the millennials are the flip side of that. They were the ones that would read the labels. They wanted to make sure the food was nutritious and good, and they were not as concerned about cost. Now, those same millennials are having babies, they're having families, and they are more concerned about cost. But the biggest thing that they're looking at is value. And value doesn't always mean that it's a dollar mark. Value can mean that it's good for you, that there's no waste, that it feeds my family, and it's satisfying. And satisfying means that it's two pieces, that it's satisfying in the preparation, that they participated in that meal, and that it was good, it was nutritious for their family. Store trends. Another thing that's very interesting. Brick and mortar will always be on top. It'll be the #1 place to sell groceries. 92% of those are at the grocery store. 65% of those are the mass merchandisers like your Walmart or Target. 36% are the club stores, and 31% are the dollar stores, which I found very interesting. Some of the grocery chains are going dark. I don't know if you've heard that term before, but that means that they're shutting the stores down, and they're using them as that last mile distribution piece. And they're giving a different upswing to the actual in-store and making that more experiential. They're wanting people to go in and have fun in their stores. And we've seen a little bit of this locally. I know in Lowe's recently, they have these places where you can actually get alcoholic beverages and shop the store. Harris Teeter has a lot of different elements like humidors in some of their larger stores, and dry-aged beef and wine bars, and they're just trying to make it fun to visit the store if they can get their consumers back in the doors. But interesting, the biggest growing category right now is snacks. And along with they're bored, people are bored, they're staying at home a lot, and with the growing snack trend, I think some of the waistlines are growing too, but snacks are fun, and that's what people are going to. Challenges. Challenges for our business are getting the attention of our retail partners. And we have to stand out as unique and as a worthy partner to the people. As I mentioned, the cost of shelf space is expensive, and sometimes we'll get a little bit of a break because we're local and they believe in us. Maintaining the direct relationship with our retail partners is a challenge because they most often require a broker, and they're a doorkeeper, so we can't really get to them but through the broker. I just pick up the phone and I talk to people. I'm a talker. I like to pick up the phone. I like to hear a voice. I like to see a person and develop a relationship. And so much of this is about relationships. So as a company, we're trying to diversify our customer base and our product base and meet the needs of our customers before they even know that they have a need. And we're trying to avoid any kind of waste at all. We're trying to be nimble as a company. And I say we're small enough to pivot, but large enough to innovate and to deliver the items that they need. We still love what we do after 35 years, and we truly believe in our company and our brand and our family and our employees. We have so much to be thankful for. And every time I sign a letter, I say from our family to yours, and it truly is what we feel. We really have a passion about what you do. I think from everybody you've heard from today, you can see that we're very, very passionate. And we just thank you for your time today and your interest in Drake's. I think we're a little bit of a diamond in the rough here in High Point.
Thank you very much. That's fantastic. Rick, Simone, everyone associated, and all your associates, family, that's a great success story. And I appreciate you being here. And I'm looking forward to all this mess being behind us so we can perhaps even visit your facility in person next time.
That would be awesome.
It is an impressive manufacturer for sure to go through their facility. It's been several years for me. I can only imagine how much new equipment they might have, and they've added a little bit to their building since I was there. So it's an impressive operation, impressive to watch. It really is.
Very good.
Thank you, everybody.
The Drakes, you all are welcome to stay until we go into closed session. If you have other things you need to do, please feel free to be on your way. Totally your call.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Carl Rees, who is a senior economic developer with Electric Cities of North Carolina, who will be talking about a grant that the city received based, I believe, on an application that was submitted by Sandy Dunbeck. So I'll turn it over to you, Carl.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and hello, everybody. That was a most interesting presentation. I actually sent Marshall Yandel, the team here in High Point, a chat. Some of the things that were being mentioned, you know, I work in economic development, try to bring food companies to High Point and into North Carolina, and picked up some great pointers from the team at Drake. So you all are very fortunate to have them in High Point. Again, I'm Carl Rees. I'm an economic developer with Electric Cities based out of Raleigh. And I think I should probably start out by bringing greetings to you today from our board, which includes one of your very own, Randy McCaslin, and then also from our CEO, Roy Jones, and from our Manager of Economic Development, Brenda Daniels. I would also like to mention and highlight just the terrific progress and growth that's taken place in High Point in the time that I've been with Electric Cities, which is about 5.5 years. So during that time, I started coming in and visiting with Lauren and Sandy and Marshall and the team there, and the city managers and so forth. And just some terrific stuff has taken place, whether it be the ballpark and the growth that's taking place downtown around the ballpark, whether it be some of the new retail and commercial growth that's taking place in different quarters of the city. And within that, I'd also mention some of the neat smaller craft brewing operations that have come into town, which are great gathering spots and social spots for all communities in North Carolina and across the U.S. So it's great to see those. And then, of course, the industrial development, both big projects and small projects, but you know, they all add up, whether it's a single or home run, and employ people and add tax base. So great progress there. And all of that progress wouldn't happen without a terrific team here in High Point, including your Mayor Wagner, and the City Council, Interim Manager Randy McCaslin, who I mentioned earlier, and the team there, and of course Lauren and the Economic Development team with High Point. And with all that success, it only makes sense that High Point would want to toot their horn a little bit, maybe grow and build on that success, let others know that High Point is a place that's worth taking a look at to invest, whether it be retail, whether it be downtown, or whether it be industrial. So we were quite excited a couple months ago when we did receive a grant application through our downtown revitalization grant from High Point, with the intent of using that funding, should they receive it, along with some funding from Forward High Point and others, to actually take a look at the brand for the area and do some other things with marketing and promotion. So I am pleased today to say that Electric Cities has awarded High Point $10,000 through our downtown revitalization grant program. We think the work that you are doing is terrific. We are happy, even though it's in a small way, to be involved with that. And so congratulations. And as the saying goes, the check is in the mail.
Oh, that's great. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
Of course.
Anybody else want to comment on that?
Thank you very much.
This is Sandy, and I would just say also, you know, Electric Cities has been such a great supporter of the city of High Point and the economic development work here. And thanks to Carl, thanks to Brenda Daniels and Charity Barbie, who has worked with us quite a bit. You know, it's the entire team really is invested in the economic success of High Point, and we really do count them as a great partner. So Carl, thank you for your part in this. Thank you for helping us with the grant, a little bit of coaching as we submitted our application for that. But it was a great opportunity to work with our other organizations here in town. We worked very closely with Ray. A lot of people have a branding and marketing effort going on, and so we look forward to working with the Market Authority as well. So all of these organizations really to help us share our successes, as Carl mentioned, with the world in a way that's memorable and unique.
Carl, just as with the Drakes, please stay as long as you choose until closed session. If you want to be a part of the rest of our meeting.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Carl. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Brent Christensen, which I believe all of you know that he's the chamber president over in Greensboro, who is going to talk about the Stanley Frank Economic and Workforce Development Award.
Well, I thank you, Mr. Chair. I think the good news is that I'm just introducing a video, right, Lauren? And I think the good part of the fact that I'm just introducing a video is that it leaves off my introduction and my conclusion. So you don't get to hear all these fantastic lies I told about Lauren, about what a wonderful guy he is, what a wonderful mentor he's been, what a terrific partner he's been.
Brent,
all that good stuff
we
is
do have that
left
version
off this video. So
we do have that version, so you've just now repeated it.
Oh man, well you've got to hear that too then. Okay, good. Well, you know, we give every year a Stanley Frank Economic and Workforce Development Award. It's the highest economic development award that we give at the Greensboro Chamber. And it was certainly our honor a week ago to present this to Lauren Hill for all of the impact he's had really on both communities, both High Point and Greensboro, and just the area in general. As I said in the media the other day, it's hard to not find his fingerprints on projects in both communities and throughout the area. So he's had quite an impact, but it's better if Lauren, if I just tell you to roll the film, right?
That's it.
I'm pretty good in slow-mo too, I think.
That's pretty good, Brent.
He's a good looking fella too.
Ryan, is there any solution?
Award presentation of the afternoon, the 2020 Stanley Frank Economic and Workforce Development Award. Stanley Frank was a longtime benefactor and champion of Greensboro. As a trustee of Guilford College, he believed in the importance of education in the future of our community. It is an honor for the Greensboro Chamber to present this award to celebrate the memory of one of Greensboro's most celebrated business leaders and philanthropists. The Stanley Frank Economic and Workforce Development Award is presented annually to a leader who has worked in support of building a better Greensboro and Guilford County. Throughout my 5 years in Greensboro, I have worked closely with this year's winner, Lauren Hill, and seen firsthand his drive, his dedication, and the love that he has for our community. Lauren and I met before I ever started at the Greensboro Chamber, and he accepted me immediately. It's pretty amazing considering I'm a Dookie and he's a Tar Heel. He's a friend, a mentor, and quite simply one of the best economic developers I have ever met. Please join me in learning more about the 2020 Stanley Frank Economic and Workforce Development Award winner, Mr. Lauren Hill.
Lauren is really good at navigating unexpected challenges and really being creative, and helps everyone find the right path to a good solution.
The Guilford County Economic Development Alliance has today become a huge success. It is a model for economic development on a regional level and has won many awards from all over the country. What a lot of people don't know is that Lauren really was the individual who put the blueprint together, who developed the concept that was acceptable for the city of Greensboro, the city of High Point, and Guilford County to move forward.
Lauren and the group there were wanting to pull the communities together. They knew that we would be stronger together than we were apart. I think Lauren's legacy in the High Point area is his 20 years of servant leadership. He has been so good at bringing companies to the area, but then keeping them connected to the area so they're engaged and feel part of the community. And then they in turn want to help other businesses come to the area and find out what is so wonderful about Guilford County and the Triad so that they can be part of it.
When I first met him, I was like, who is this man? You know, he's so good and he's such a supportive to the community. To have such a leader, he's such a great person for our community, because we really need them. You deserve nothing but the best, and it's such an honor to have you to receive this award.
Congratulations, Lauren Hill. This is so well deserved, and I'm so happy to see you receive this award.
Congratulations, Lauren.
Thank you, Lauren, so very, very much for all that you have done for the city of High Point, for the city of Greensboro, for Guilford County, and for our entire region. To say I was overwhelmed when I learned of this honor would be quite the understatement, since all but one of the previous 18 recipients are directly identified with Greensboro. It's not a tribute to me as much as it is recognition of our successful countywide efforts over the last 5 years. The High Point Economic Development Corporation, working hand in hand with the Greensboro Chamber, the County of Guilford, the City of Greensboro, and the City of High Point. I sincerely thank you, the Greensboro Chamber members, leadership, Board of Directors, and staff for this amazing honor. Thank you all.
Bye-bye. Congratulations again, Lauren. And let me be the first to say, we congratulate you on your retirement as well. We're going to miss you in this community, and I know you're just moving on to the next chapter, but working with you on a daily basis has been fantastic. I'm going to miss you personally, and we're looking forward to the next phase in your life.
All right, well, that was great. Brent, thank you so much for this segment. It's fantastic. Again, congratulations, Lauren.
Yeah, congratulations, Lauren. Mr. Chairman, thank you for allowing me to share it with everyone.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you so much. At this point, I'm going to keep going through the agenda. We're to the point where we're going to turn it over to the staff of the EDC for updates.
I've just got a couple of project announcements to talk about on the office industrial side, and then I'll ask Sandy to tell us about Chicken Salad Chick when I'm done. Just the Whitsett community in Guilford County landed the pre-packed furniture manufacturing project. Way to go, Brent. We were part of that team. They looked at all of Guilford County and they found the building that worked just right. Brent, anything you want to add to let folks know about pre-pack?
No, I think the good news is that they're moving as quickly as possible. So the shell building being there and being ready was a big part of their choosing our community, because they knew we could get them up and running as quickly as possible. So a real asset for us, and we hope we're going to see a number more of those shell buildings go up based on this success.
Right. You'll see in the packet the article on pre-pack, the governor's news release about it as well. You'll also see several articles about Amazon. A few years ago we had none in Guilford County, and now we're going to have 4 facilities in Guilford County. The big 1 million square foot one that you know about, and they're in the Kernersville part of Guilford County, and then some last mile delivery facilities, the one in High Point, another one in Kernersville, and then another one in the eastern part of the county coming. So you just might want to look at that when you get a chance. And then there's an article in the packet about Chicken Salad Chick, because Sandy met with them years ago. We'll let her tell you about her first experience with the company.
Sure. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate it. And this is another example really of an electricities introduction. So Charity Barbie that works our region for electricities and helps with retail projects and actually connected us to retail strategies, had first mentioned chicken salad chick to me way before I had ever heard of such a thing. And so she was key and very instrumental in helping us stay connected to the corporate group. And then as we thankfully had someone willing to do a local franchise here, and I hope many of you were invited to come to their opening and to go and have samples. So I will say there were so many choices of chicken salad as well as other fresh salads and a wonderful dessert cookie as well. So like, oh my gosh, this is really good food. So another opportunity here in High Point to get out and have some great food and enjoy the people there, because there's a great team. They're so excited about this location in High Point. They're involved in the community. They do some food donations. So they were very interested in connecting with groups in High Point that assist with food insecurity. So just a great addition to our High Point business community.
Lauren, you're muted.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
The other next item is the Guilford County Economic Development Alliance report. And as we reported last month, we're continuing on with our leadership group meetings virtually with the working projects across Guilford County. Nothing's slowed down. We're very busy, in fact. One thing you'll see in your packet on pages 16 and 17, we have lost an integral member of our countywide team. And that's, if you see tears coming down Brent's face in a moment, David Ramsey, who is the Executive Vice President of the Greensboro Chamber and integral to our whole team, has moved on to another job. His last day working for the Greensboro Chamber was this past Monday. He's staying in the county. He'll be working as a business development manager for Landmark Construction. But you can see that article there, a question and answer in the Business Journal. But we really hate to see David go after 5 years of being our teammate. Brent, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Well, these past 2 days have been the most surreal days I've had in a long time. It's been 16 years since I last walked into an office without David Ramsey in it. So it has been surreal. He just is dead set on staying in Greensboro and knew that, you know, to do that in his mind, he wanted to make sure he got a gig like he's got at Landmark. So I wish him all the best. He'll still be on an economic development team because we work with developers like Landmark on a regular basis. So we have not gotten rid of him completely yet. As a matter of fact, I think we'll still be seeing an awful lot of him. But yeah, his last official day was just a couple of days ago, and we will have someone. Hopefully, you don't replace somebody like David, but hopefully we'll have somebody in that position again very soon.
And Mr. Chairman, that's all staff has to report right now.
Well, very good. Something that we have on the agenda for today, and that I just want to spend a couple minutes on, if we may, is something we actually tried talking this last time, but we ran out of time. And Drake kind of touched upon this as far as the impacts that the pandemic has had on them. So we thought we'd throw that out there to the group to see if anyone wants to add to their experience, what they're seeing in terms of the pandemic, how it's affected your business or your clients' businesses. I think what Drake experiences, what a lot of companies are experiencing, they're kind of a microcosm of what's going on. The fact that people are eating at home more, the fact that people are using the internet, online shopping more. I think we've seen that across many different types of businesses now. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Does anybody want to share anything more in terms of what they're seeing in terms of the pandemic and the impact it's having? And well, I'll throw something out there in our business. I know we've been called in to do it because of the line of business that we're actually in. We've been called in by companies to do COVID cleaning, both on a proactive and in cases where that's all staff has. And in cases where there's been a suspected or a positive case, and all. And one thing that we have observed, especially here of late, is that these companies that focus on manufacturing and distribution they are operating full out. I mean, it's amazing how I think what's happened in the first couple months of this pandemic, since March, first couple months, things were really slow. But everyone I've talked to, I mean, they are just full out in terms of manufacturing and distribution. Where in another common theme that I'm seeing is office staff is still pretty much working from home. You know, they've got these big cubicles and areas and big office areas that are pretty empty. But in terms of manufacturing distribution, I mean, they are just struggling keeping up with orders at the present time. And they're also struggling with people. I mean, we thought that at the beginning of this pandemic that there would be people looking for work, and we've had a hard time finding people for the last few years. The labor pool is very shallow, and it hasn't gotten any better since the pandemic. I mean, we're still struggling to find people. I don't know if they're just sitting at home, you know, but you know the fact that you know their unemployment has been enhanced, and so it's more worthwhile for people to sit at home. But we still are struggling with finding people, as are these other companies. You know, they're struggling finding people to keep up with their orders. So I just throw that out there as things that we've experienced personally.
Carlos, I'll echo the part about people working remotely. We still are, you know, have some people coming into the office, but a lot are working remotely. I think the challenge on the workforce is if you have to homeschool your kids, somebody's got to be there. And that's really, you know, hurting companies that need the people back at work if they're trying to do homeschooling. So as soon as we can get these kids back in school, I think the better off everyone will be.
That's a great point, Darlene. Thank you. Okay, anyone else? If not, then we're going to go into governmental reports. And so I'm going to turn it over to Jay. See, Jay, do you have something to share with the group?
I think I get my groups mixed up sometimes. So I think, Lauren, you correct me if I'm wrong, but did we talk about the incentives at our last meeting, the new downtown incentives?
Yes, sir, we did.
Okay. You know, I don't think council has done much since that last meeting, and we didn't meet this Monday because it was the 31st, and we're not going to meet next Monday because it's Labor Day weekend. So right now we're really just holding our breath to see whether the governor is going to let us have the furniture market. From an economic standpoint, that's kind of where we are. We put forward a good plan to them, and we certainly hope that there'll be some attendance at market that can help some of our restaurants and our caterers and the people who had to starve through April by not having a market to be able to have one. We continue to work with our master developer on the area around the stadium. He has seen a very good response since we put those incentives in place for the downtown. So I've also had discussions with the Congdon family there. They made a big announcement last week about Plant 7. They anticipate being open in November. So, you know, while the country has had to sleepwalk through the last 6 months, there are still things going on. There's still businesses trying to move downtown. There actually is a fair amount of baseball being played in the stadium. Just nobody knows about it. There's been a lot of youth games and whatnot in there, and nobody can attend. So, but I do want to encourage everybody. If you're downtown and you want to do something interesting for lunch, the stadium is open for lunch. The concession stand on the first base side is open for lunch, and on Tuesdays and Thursday nights they're open for dinner. They have Taco Tuesdays and Wild Wing Thursdays. So tomorrow night, if you haven't made your dinner plans, go down to the stadium and eat some wings and pretend you're watching baseball. So, Lauren, did I leave anything out? Anything I need to cover?
That seems like a good report, Mayor.
Okay, all right. Help keep me on track.
Excellent. Let's see. I don't know if Councilman Britt Moore is on.
No, he is not.
Okay. How about Randy McCaslin? Is Randy still on?
He is on. He's muted at the moment.
Hey, Randy.
It says Andy's unmuted, but I don't hear him yet.
Okay, all right. How about, so we know Carlina's not here, and I think Representative Faircloth is not here either. Market Authority. Tom?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me just echo everything that the mayor said with respect to market. He's spot on as usual. And then let me just add that we are having pre-market the week after, starting the weekend after this coming one. And the number of people that are attending pre-market is probably 4 times what we usually had. And assuming that they behave themselves, we are highly confident that we will have a market. As the mayor indicated, we're waiting to hear back from the governor. We submitted what we call Plan A to the governor and his people with the full endorsement of Guilford County. And so we're certainly hopeful that we get the go-ahead. If they have any problems, we think we can scale back and to their satisfaction. So we are probably more confident than we should be, but we are highly confident that we will have something for this October. Whether we can call it a market or not remains to be seen, but we're certainly confident that we'll have something. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks for that. I don't see Melody Burnett on. Lauren?
No, she's not here.
Okay. Why don't we go, Tony Clark's not on either.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
I'm under my pseudonym, Kathy Fair.
There you are. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, this shows you who actually runs the college, though. But there you have it.
There you go.
Oh yeah, just 3 things. One is just want you to know that we hired a new vice president of workforce and continuing education. It's Dr. Manuel Dudley. He has been a dean of the Greensboro campus for the past 10 years. And we're excited to bring him on as Vice President of Workforce Continuing Education. This is a new position on our executive team, and it was an intentional hire to make sure that we have someone, as well as myself, who's focused on workforce and economic development in the county. So we're very excited to have him on board in this new position. And we're already trying to contact companies to go out and meet with them and get to introduce Emmanuel to them, as well as myself. I haven't met everyone too. COVID-19 sort of has put a little crimp in those plans. So we'll be getting out, and if you want to meet us, just give us a call, and we'd be more than happy to come out. The other thing, we talked about COVID-19 a little bit, but obviously we're back in session on campus with our curriculum or degree-seeking students. We started August 17th. We're taking all the precautions that you've read about, that other people are taking. We are at 50% staffing. So everyone on campus is required to be on campus anywhere from 12 to 20 hours, depending on their role. The one innovative thing that we have done, I think, that has been really helpful, we set up a COVID hotline internally that students can use, and the actual extension spells COVID. So that was sort of a boon to us, because I guess no one had that extension number. But and that has been really helpful. Students call us, say, I'm not feeling well, what should I do? And we tell them to stay home and all those sorts of things. So that has really worked out pretty well. And as I sent an email out to all employees yesterday saying that things are going well, but it could change at any moment. But we're hanging tough. As far as enrollment, I want to let you know that we are above 10,000 students, which was sort of a number we always like to get above. We are down about 2%. Which overall is not bad. Guilford County Schools, we have partnered with them, and they've asked us to really expand our dual enrollment program to help them out during this pandemic. And they really promoted that program. Right now, our current numbers, and these might change a little bit, but we were about 850 Career College Promise, as they call it, dual enrollment students. And this is not counting the early colleges. But 850 students, and right now we're serving 1,400. So it's over 50% increase in our service to high school students. So we appreciate that from Guilford County Schools, but also I think we're helping them out also. So that's a good partnership, and I just wanted to highlight that. Open any questions? Other than that, I will turn it back to the chairman, I guess, or Lauren.
Well, thank you so much for that, Tony. Thanks for the information. Jim Worley?
He was on, Mr. Chairman, but sent me a notice that something came up and he had to leave us early.
Okay, very good. Is Ray Gibbs on?
I don't see him.
Okay. Brent, anything else you want to share? You're good?
No, sir. Thank you, Doug.
All right. And I don't think Patrick Chapin is on.
He is not.
Okay. And Don Swing, I do see your name up there. Hello, Don?
Don, you're on mute if you're trying to talk to us.
Okay. I guess not. All right. So I guess we can go into closed session at this point. Lauren, is that?
Well, we won't go back into public session afterwards. So if there's anything publicly anybody wants to say before we go into closed session, this is the chance to do it, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
It looks like Dawn is off of mute.
Don, hello, Don, are you there? Okay. Oh, so why don't we just go ahead into closed session then? So anyone, this is for board members, liaisons, staff, is anybody else is excused. And as Lauren says, there's nothing to discuss afterwards. So
we won't come back into open session. I mean, we'll only adjourn when we come into open session. So all of the folks who are watching as visitors today and guests, this concludes the business part of today's meeting. So, Mr. Chairman, we now need to wait for a few moments. Ryan will let us know when we are off that live feed and when he ceases to record us so that there's no tape of this. So bear with us just for a moment.
that's fine.